Hello, hello. I'm in my garden on the grass, and all day long I was thinking about you, and I was thinking about last night in the chat room, and I was absolutely shocked, and I didn't expect this to happen at all. Absolutely not. I did not expect this to. I was wishing for it, but I didn't expect it to happen. And so there were two Zanes, as you know, and I know you have three Zane accounts, and I am absolutely, like, almost certain that both of those accounts are yours. And so you came to me with the one that you had me blocked. I guess you unblocked me on that one, and you came to me with your beautiful photo without the shirt on, and then I thought, okay, but then you said you took the shirt off for me, and that sounded like that sounded trollish. That sounded like maybe a troll said that. Maybe this is a troll account from someone else, from Danny or something. It's a possibility, or Tamwa. So, but I was very, very skeptical the whole time because the kind of feelings that come up inside of me are like, this can't be, I can't, there can't be a man who loves me in this world. And that's my childhood pain, So I smother, and it's an imprinted inner voice that says, haha, nobody loves you, And that's also the voice of other people, of course, that are trolling me and that want me to feel bad, and they call me terrible names, particularly behind my back. I can sense it. And there's a lot of people that really hate me, and I have no idea why. What is it about me that makes you hate me, Why do you despise me, Zane? So why do people despise me? Why do they hate me? So, but anyway, the nude guy says I love you, and the duck guy says I despise you. Both are Zane accounts, okay? And I'm pretty sure that those are your accounts, but not 100% sure, of course. And either way, one of them said, I despise you, must be the real one, right? So why do you despise me? What did I do to deserve to be despised? What have I done, Like I said in that, like Thich Nhat Hanh said in that fairy tale from Vietnam, where the Romeo and Juliet version of Buddhism, why do people not talk to each other, when something bothers you? Obviously, despise is a very strong word. There are very strong emotions involved, okay? Obviously, that's not just words that are silly or that are some kind of joke, or you don't make jokes with that kind of word, despise or hate. Those are very strong emotions. And it is up to you, of course, I'm not forcing myself on you or on anyone. I am fully okay with any decisions that anyone makes, as long as the decisions are peaceful towards other living beings. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with being rejected all day long, and even if they want to call me names, which is violence, you know, the haters, it's okay. It is what it is. You know, they feel they hate me for some reason. I don't know why. They don't talk to me. Nobody talks to me and says why they hate me. Well, some people expressed some misunderstandings about me. Some people think I'm some kind of Hitler supporter or something because I like Friedrich Nietzsche. And Friedrich Nietzsche was misunderstood very badly in that way. So, but most people don't know this because Friedrich Nietzsche was portrayed as a Hitler supporter, I guess in every school in the United States or something, or anywhere in the world. But it's a terrible misunderstanding. So no, I'm not a Hitler supporter. Okay, I read his biography. I read a biography about him. So, and that was very revealing. You know, that was very eye-opening. That was a long time ago. I read that very large volume. And because I like to understand where people are coming from, I'm not just going to condemn someone into the dungeon and close the door and say, oh, he's just no damn good. That's what Paul does. They're just no damn good. You gotta block them, forget about them, don't ever talk to them again, blah blah blah. So that's not how I function. That's not how my brain functions. I want to really know more about the different figures of history. You know, I want to know the reasoning and all of that. So I'm always misunderstood in that way. And they think I don't like black people because I'm against Black Lives Matter. So all of these misunderstandings, you know, because they're being told some stories by society, so then they just link up two things with each other that have nothing to do with each other. Just because I am against a hate group doesn't mean I'm against the people that are running the hate group. So I love all living beings equally much, in the sense of friendship, in the sense of me being a mother, me feeling responsible for all living beings. You know, I feel very responsible, you know, for some reason. I feel very. Some people they will misunderstand that one and think I'm virtue signaling. They think Some of them think that I think of myself as being a god. I've heard all of this. Others think of me as being Satan. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on, because obviously my views are way out there. I got my self-made lipstick on. So I hope that I did not delete the other video. No, it's not gonna be very long, but that's okay. Yeah, it doesn't have to be that long, this video. It's also getting a little chilly here. So, but I need to talk about these kind of things. I need to talk about all of these misunderstandings. And I need to talk about how I feel about you. I think this is very important for me to do this. It's important for you, I think, that I tell you how I feel. And so when the first Zane asked me all of these questions, you know, would you marry me, and would you leave Paul and dump him, and all of this, you know, Paul is like a father figure for me. You know, he means a lot to me. I love him as a friend, like a father. You know, he's also my caregiver. He cooks for me and he takes care of me. You know, and so I care very much about him as a living being. I'm not in love with him. Okay. So, but again, And I'm against marriage because, and if we ever get to talk to each other, I'll tell you much more about this marriage thing and why this came about, why we got married. Okay, that's nobody's, really nobody's business, but I will tell you that. Okay, but but in private, not in a public forum, because I have haters and they'll do anything to sabotage my life. So marriage is, that to me, that's an outdated institution. It's religious. That's where it comes from. But now this is my answer to all of your questions. The answer is yes on every question, okay? Because I love you. I really love you. I had to think about this really good all day long, and I talked to Paul about this last night, and he would just say, that guy's a psychopath. You gotta forget about him. This is ridiculous, and that's just your hormones, and you're drawn to those kind of people, blah blah blah. And then for a moment I said, yeah, I guess you're right. This is just a crush. This is just my hormones and all of this. And it is, of course, that's how it got started, of course. But then it evolves into something else. And I had to think about that all day long. I was here on the lawn, and I tried to rationalize all of this out of my head, and I also don't want to, I don't want to engage myself with someone who is very controlling, and I feel, there are moments where I feel like this is probably hopeless. How can I help you? If you're controlling and if you misunderstand everything I do. I say hi to Kelty, and it comes across to you as disrespect towards your person. And that's a misunderstanding. I'm just a super friendly and loving and giving person. I consider all these people my friends, even if someone else will say they're not your friends, they're just takers. And Paul said that too. Yeah, so yeah, they all have their story. I view them as my friends, okay? I love them as friends, but I am in love with you, Zane, okay? And that's a fact. And there's nothing I can do about, I want to do something about it. I want to suppress that. I want to chase that feeling away. I want to move on with my life, and I want to just forget about all of this. There also, I also feel like I don't want to go in the chat room anymore, because you dominate the chat room with 100 different accounts, and it's very aggravating for me emotionally, and I feel very vulnerable about this. You play games, and it's very vulnerable, and I feel like you want to control me mentally. You want to control my mind, and I cannot be controlled. Nobody can control me, okay? I am thinking for myself, and I love myself, I love my body. I'm infinitely grateful for what I have. I'm infinitely grateful for my body. I'm infinitely grateful for my amazing brain. It's very hard to be psychic, very hard. causes a lot of suffering. But I'm grateful for it, because it's a present from the infinite cosmos. I know you're psychic too, okay? And I can feel you. I feel you 24 hours a day. Much more than just thinking about you. I feel you physically, And I talked about this before. This is pretty intense. And and much stronger, the mental connection. And I was lying here on the grass, and like this here on the side, this here. And I was looking into your eyes, and I was crying, and I said, I love you. And there's nothing I can do about it, about that feeling, I love you, and I care about you, and I love you, and I'm in love with you, and I love you on all levels, all levels, with all chakra centers. And it felt really raw and very vulnerable. It felt like you could feel it, and it felt like that made you feel more at peace. This may be completely my interpretation or my delusion, but this is how it felt. And every time you feel at peace, then I feel at peace too. Every time you are agitated and angry, then I am suffering real bad, and I'm crying. And even if you don't say anything mean, I sense your anger, and it makes me cry. Even if I'm not on the internet, I sense your anger, and it makes me cry. And I was in a dialogue with you all day long, talking to myself, talking to you, and saying that, I wanted to tell you the story about the lion in New York. There was a guy who got himself, I don't know how he got that lion. He got a baby lion, a male, and he fed him raw meat. It must have cost him a whole lot of money. Every day he brought him and like tons and tons of raw meat into this bachelor apartment. When the baby lion was a baby, obviously he didn't need that much space, so he was playing with him, and he got some exercise, running around that bachelor apartment. But the lion grew, and then when the lion became an adult with humongous balls and testosterone and antsiness and feeling caged and wanting out and wanting exercise, they need exercise, exercise. So the guy someone gave the guy a little cat, and he brought that little cat to the lion, and the lion didn't like the cat. The lion was jealous, and at some point lion snapped and killed that cat. And then later on, the guy tried to get out of the door, and the lion wanted to push himself out as well. And the guy pushed the lion back in, and then the lion bit him in the arm. And he didn't get to close the door all the way, and the lion got out into the hallway of the apartment complex, and the people there coming out of their doors, seeing that lion, they screamed, and they ran away. They called animal control. They came and got the lion, and I hope the lion is doing okay. So that was, I don't know, that was like 15 years ago or something. I hope the lion is okay. Then they brought the lion to an exotic cat sanctuary somewhere. And I hope they treat the lion well. I hope he gets a lot of exercise there. That's all I can say. But what I wanted to say with that story is, you cannot cage a living being, okay? You cannot put any living being into a confinement, whether that's an animal or a woman, whether that's physical or emotional. You cannot cage someone. I cannot cage someone. I don't cage anyone. And we had a discussion about this. I remember that discussion with you about 8 months ago or something. And you were very, very determined that in a relationship, the woman has to be, oh, the itty kitty. Hi. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Hi, my love. I'm talking about cats. Hey. So that is a stray kitten, and we feed all of the animals on the balcony. Yes, how are you doing? Would you like some kibble-bitzels? Yes. So nobody can be caged, okay? Nobody can be in, at that time I was like, oh, I will never go into a monogamous relationship. I was still very, 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 I was in a different mind state. I was grieving over Dave really, really severely, and my mind was not on romance or any of that stuff, although I already felt something for you. But I was like very, very determined, so that I wanted to, from now on, if I get away from Paul, I call him Petrosilius Zwackelmann, the sorcerer, because there's a fairy tale story of Petrosilius, and Caspar is trying to get away from Petrosilius, and wherever he walks straight back to his castle. And that's kind of like how I feel with Paul. I left him several times, and as I walk out, I'm walking straight back towards the castle. What's going on here? So it's like, oh, you gotta help me. You're like the only person in the world who I know who has a good heart, and the other ones, they beat me up, and they date rape me, and so on. They don't respect me, they don't respect a no, and they don't give me space, so I came back to him, even though I'm not in love with him, and then at some point I said to him, this sex with you is unfulfilling, I can't do it anymore, I'm so sorry. We're not size compatible. I need a larger man, and I'm not ashamed about saying this. It is what it is. When it comes to that, we have to find the right match, obviously, and that's very important. But it's also much more than that. It has to also be compassion, it has to be love, it has to be being in love. One has to be wanting to be together, like just lie there on the grass for 2 hours without doing anything, just not even talking, just looking into each other's eyes and just saying, I love you, you beautiful being. I'm here for you. I care about you. This tender love they call Maitri in Sanskrit. And all of this is so incredibly important, and that all of that fuels everything else even more. So to me, that would make me really trust, and for me trust is really important. Trust that the man I hang out with does not violate me, does not incarcerate me, does not freak out and get mad or hit me if I even look at any other guy for whatever reason, just being friendly. That's my nature, my personality. I can't change my personality of being a friendly person. That doesn't mean I flirt with everyone. I don't even want to flirt with anyone anymore other than you. That's how strong I feel. But, that's just how I feel, and I share that with you. I offer that to you. What you do with that is completely up to you. You don't have to love me. You can continue to despise me if that is what you want to do. And this can stay like this in this limbo situation for until we die or whatever. It can stay like that, and I will embrace that situation the way it is. But the most important thing is that I acknowledge to myself what I feel, and I thought about this earlier, and things always move and shift, but the most important thing is that we embrace what we feel right now in this moment, and however long that takes for us to feel something specific, then we have to embrace that, to allow ourselves to feel that way, and cry with it, and breathe with it, and love ourselves for that. And I love my body and my mind, and I talk to myself and I talk to my body, and I say, everything is good, I am here for you. Marshmallow pudding belly. So I am petting my belly, and I am hugging my belly like I hug the papa dog, spooning with the papa dog the last couple of nights, holding him around his big belly. And I already knew intuitively that those were the last nights. When I had the papa dog, I felt fulfilled. I felt I didn't even want to meet a guy. I don't trust guys. I didn't even want to meet anyone. I just wanted to be with the papa dog. So I felt like I was that fulfilled mothership, And then when the papa dog died, that yanked everything open. That made me so vulnerable, and so receptive sexually also. That's unbelievable what happened. And then with you, what you said, the kind of stuff you said to other guys while I was there. That was like a year ago, more than a year ago. And you said, you came to my channel and you left a comment under my video, and it immediately got deleted by YouTube. And when I saw you write that, I thought I wanted to see what he said to me. I was really sad that I couldn't read the comment. But you never really talked to me. But it already did something to me, And I can't change that, you know. That triggers my hormones massively, and I can't change that. And so when I was in the bathroom in the afternoon, I continued this conversation, and that was after I was lying on the grass and imagining that I'm talking to you. And when I was in the bathroom, I just kind of like surrendered to this situation. I said, okay, it is what it is. I feel this, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I just have to accept that. And I send you my love in energetic form. That's all I can do. And and I care so much about you, about your health, and I worry about you also, and I pray to the blue god to protect you. Okay, so take care.